Well, years after Mario Maker 1 took the world by storm, Nintendo has finally released a sequel for the Nintendo Switch. I can't tell you all the hours that my friends and I spent playing Super Mario Maker for the Wii U. So will Super Mario Maker 2 continue that trend? So many games have come out that I want to play, like Bloodstained. Well, I'll play that when they patch the Switch version. Get on that. It's appalling that the game was released in such a state when the other versions were fine. But in the meantime, I've got some making to do, so let's get started with Super Mario Maker 2. Well, as I pointed out, Super Mario Maker for the Wii U took the world by storm in 2015, so a sequel for Nintendo Switch was inevitable. Of course, the fact that it was called a 2 instead of Super Mario Maker for Switch meant that there was going to be new stuff. The most notable thing was that there was going to be slopes. They were finally adding slopes from Super Mario Bros. 3 to the table, and that alone got people excited. But before we begin, let's start making, shall we? Well, my first impressions are that it's much harder to make with the controller. The gamepad was so made for Super Mario Maker. Obviously, that could not be replicated here. Repeatedly, I found myself pressing the wrong button when trying to get access to all the different areas. There's much more to be had, though. The Angry Sun is back, and that brings back so many nightmares from when I was a kid. Memories of the sun trying to kill me. Just why? Yeah, I thought we were friends too. But we have new styles to go for. All the styles from the first game return, but now we got snow, desert, forest, and sky. And it all feels so good to have these as it adds to the variety. Not only that, but in some levels you can even change the water or lava level, which requires you to use a shell that you can ride. That's new. I'd like to see this mechanic appear in an actual 2D Mario game. It'd be nice. The 3D world aspect comes with brand new mechanics, the long jump principally, which leads to some interesting level designs. That means the cat suit is here, which can lead to some pretty fun mechanics. In addition, you have the new night course mode, which lets you play the stages at night and gives you entirely different effects. And the angry sun becomes the happy moon, and it nukes every enemy. Awesome! However, there are some things that I find odd. For example, in the Super Mario Bros. 1 style, you can no longer use amiibo costumes, which is a bit of an odd choice of all the characters they added to Smash. I would have loved to have seen a Cloud costume. But then again, considering how tight-knit Square is, I don't see that happening. However, on the plus side, there are 3 additional playable characters. You can select between Mario, Luigi, Toad, and Toadette. Why it's Toadette instead of Peach, I will never understand. But on the other hand, with future updates going, I imagine more playable characters is going to be a thing. I'd love to see Peach, Daisy, and Rosalina get in, and maybe Yellow Toad. However, they did add one new power-up to make up for it. That's right, the Super Ball from Super Mario Land is back. I erroneously called it the Fire Flower in my original Super Mario Land video. That reminds me, I should probably get around to fixing my Mario videos. One new feature they added that I absolutely love is the ability to play up to 4 players co-op. But as far as I can find, you can only do it by going into download courses and going into play together, and the matter to select your characters is very flawed. The first player is locked into playing as Mario, the second as Luigi, the third is Toad, the fourth is Toadette. Wouldn't it just be so much easier to do this? Yeah, that's what it should be like. Playing with 4 players is absolute chaos. You don't know what you're going to get, really. One course my friends and I had was a pure luck scenario, where we had the hope that the Spinies wouldn't come down and harm us. Of course, there's also dealing with general impatience by the other players. In addition, there's multiplayer online co-op, where you can do either co-op or versus, but you can only do so with random people. You can't play with your friends. Now, why is that? I heard that they're going to fix this in a future update, and they damn well better. There's this level that my thumbnail artist shared with me. He dared me to play this until I could beat it. Let's see what he's got in mind. Oh, great job, man. An auto-scroll level. And you have to grab all 20 coins. Yeah, that's a new thing to this game. You can have requirements to make, so you have to beat the level. The worst part about this level is that you can't see the thwomps coming, and to make it worse, you have to deal with these guys who shoot Spinies at you. And you can't see the Spinies coming, and you can get totally screwed. At least give me a mushroom or something. All I want to do is get on top of the cloud so I can get there. How many times have I tried? Wait, I'm on the cloud. Almost there. Don't. Yes! I beat it. There you go, Nader. I beat your stupid course. Now get out of here! The 100 Mario Challenge doesn't return this time. I guess without the costumes, there's no reason to try to compete them. They basically function the same way, except to just gauge how far you can go without dying. This isn't as good as a 100 Mario Challenge in my opinion. I liked having an end goal, and one of my biggest complaints is why can't I play with my friends in this mode? Why is co-op multiplayer restricted? I mean, I guess that would make lives kind of pointless since everybody would just be dying, but it would still be fun to go through random courses with your friends. Now for the story mode. The rest of the video contains spoilers, which, to be honest, isn't really a whole lot of spoilers, so be prepared. The story of Mario Maker 2 isn't all that deep. Basically, they were constructing a castle when...
Mamma mia!
Yeah, that's like building a house and then tearing it down to build another one. So now as Mario, you have to take jobs to build up coins because building a castle isn't cheap, you know. What you really want to be doing is building up your coin count. You see coins in the stage, make sure you get them. You want to have as many as possible because you go through building parts of the castle, they get more and more expensive. It is a marvel to see Peach's castle go from nothing to becoming the iconic castle you know and love, and the levels can get pretty creative, ranging from how they use the all switch, these new swings. So yeah, the story mode really feels like an idea for inspiration. So yeah, the story mode is meant to inspire you to create more levels. I really enjoyed having to fight all the new mini-bosses. Yeah, that's a thing now. Of course, there are side missions you can do, such as waking up Yellow Toad and decorating the castle, and there are alternate pathways you can find. Of course, every time you finish building a section of the castle, the Toads get kidnapped and you have to go save them. Ain't that just typical? Some levels can be a real pain. If you get a game over, you have the option to call on Luigi to give you a hand.
Luigi time!
Huh. I guess he really does win by doing absolutely nothing. I will say though, why am I restricted to only playing as Mario in story mode when we have 4 playable characters? Why can't I pick my character? Anyway, story mode goes on until Toadette gets captured by Bowser, and you have to go save her. Of course though, the final battle with Meowser is actually pretty clever since you have to use the POW blocks to damage him. With that, Peach's castle is finished being repaired, but chances are you're not done the story mode mission, so you might as well keep going. One final secret I noticed is Princess Peach's job since they give you new power-ups like the hammer that can break these blocks. The final level is just World 1-1 remixed, but much harder. Oh boy, whoever made this has a sadistic sense of humor. But what's my reward for beating this level? Is it a new character? Is it a new style of gameplay? Well, I know, it's just Princess Peach's outfit! Nintendo, listen, you've done good things lately, but we've gotta talk about your 100% completion rewards. They have just not been worth it. Super Mario Maker 2 is a lot of fun, but it can be better, and I suspect more is coming up with the advent of updates. So one thing I'd love to see is Super Mario Bros. 2, USA style. The idea of being able to create levels with that kind of gameplay could really open up new opportunities. It'd be a whole new way to play. Make it happen, Nintendo. Also, add more playable characters, which I suspect you will. The 3 I mentioned would be good. So whenever Nintendo does do a big update video, I'll be back with more information. Do you agree or disagree? Let me know in the comments below. If you liked the video, please hit that subscribe button. But for now, I'll sign off. See you guys next time.